Well, hello, good evening, and welcome. I'm just waiting for a few of the streams to go live across Facebook. We got Lynn joining us already, and I'm sure a few others will pop in as we go along. It'll be another easy night for us, Robert, won't it?
I'm here.
Let's add to Spotlight as well.
How are you, Lynn?
You have to unmute yourself, Lynn.
Tired.
Yeah, that, is it?
Boy. Yeah, I bet.
Robert, I'll have the spreadsheet ready soon. I've just been doing the bits and bobs.
You're awesome.
Yeah.
They're gonna have one of those Queen days for you. Pretty soon.
We are now live in all the Facebook groups. So those are on in the inner circle. The link to coming on the Zoom call is available. It was quite weak last week. Well, I know we didn't really make the biggest announcement, really, did we, Robert, on going live or anything? So it's it may be an easy week, Lynn. Might be good night to everyone else, and and you get a few minutes to us on our own. You never know. Not sure where everyone is. Are they all on holiday?
It's not a holiday that I know of.
No, it's not.
Maybe they're hungover from Queen's Day.
Maybe. Who knows? So
we're keeping Lynn up already.
Yeah. Well, it may be a very short call tonight. We always said we'd keep doing these, if everyone's willing to turn up and show up. So
but unusual.
Yeah. I did announce it, and we are live in all the Facebook groups, so hopefully people will start waking up. We have some very exciting news. Here comes Don. Nice to see someone else. So this is where Don connects twice because his first connection doesn't always come in right.
I think he's 3 hours behind me.
Yeah.
So for him, he's still in the middle of the workday. And Lynn's 5 hours ahead of me, so she's already been worked and ready to go home and go to bed.
Yeah,
I'm home.
But it's been last week was a bit quiet. We only had a couple of people in, and maybe do we have to give more notice? Maybe we have to put more notes in the group. I know we've been a bit quiet this week. We've been catching up on a lot of stuff from having a week off. So it's been super fun there. But also we've been working on a deal with Magic Page plugin for people. Because a while ago, Mike Martin did a lifetime deal, and that deal's gone. So we've now been able to set up another deal, haven't we, Robert?
Well, we're always working to do something better that helps people. It depends on the situation that they're in. It can help them, or in long term, it can definitely help. But everybody has different settings, so to speak, and also different plans. If you're not going to build many sites, you might not need it. Yeah. But if you plan on doing this as a business and you don't have the right licensing to be able to sell these sites versus renting them, we prefer to rent them. That's our business model, but it has turned several times where people need to sell them.
Yeah. We'll give people a few minutes to get in because there might be a few people who are not realizing we are live. We're live. They should get notifications from the groups, and I have sent a message out on the chat as well. So, anything you need to update on?
I just want to go back to some of the basics because we've had some support calls that have led to not understanding, what happens when you do the magic form and you bring it back to your site and you re-upload it. And the clearest way I can say this to you is every X field that is in our magic forms will be rewritten with whatever you put in that data. So if the first form that you upload does not have the video embed per se, and there's a video embed on the site, when you upload with nothing in it, it'll overwrite it as blank. And the reverse is also true, that if you upload your magic form to make a simple change and you don't merge, but you do a complete overwrite, then the only X fields that you'll have on your website will be what's in the magic form and not the rest of the build. So you will wipe out all of the X fields in the website. Now, as long as you're doing backups on a regular basis, you can always restore it, because that's what we have been saying repetitively. Sorry. But that's the difference between merge and overwrite. If you have all your data saved in the Magic Page settings as a data file, you can always re-upload that data file separately or done as a website restore. Now, when you start to re-upload your magic forms with new data, make sure you always merge. The only time you want to overwrite is when you're going to completely wipe everything in the X fields and the content using a saved Magic Page data file. So be very careful of that. And I hope that makes sense, because when you're merging, you're just adding to what's already there. When you're overwriting, you're just putting in this particular file that you're uploading, and everything else is wiped. So that'll cause you to have to go back and do a restore. Or, like I said, you can re-upload the magic form data if you have it in a file. Most people aren't saving it, they're just doing a backup of the sites. So keep that in mind going forward, that's an important step. Now, we don't teach it and very often, but because we want to keep you guys building and not focusing on making small changes in the back end. But we are going to probably, Stephen, I'll just let the cat out of the bag. We're thinking about putting together an MPP course to help people really understand more of the things that happen in MPP. But again, the Done For You Magic Themes websites are very advanced compared to the basics of MPP. And we're trying to show and let you guys have full reign of making changes going forward, but keeping in mind that MPP and the way that we're building in Done For You Magic Themes is to make it easier for you, which doesn't make it always easier for you to be changing the data on the back end. Is that a fair statement?
No, absolutely. I think that's very fair. Absolutely. I'm just busy doing a few notifications in the groups to let people know we are here. So is there anything else you want to update while I briefly whip through the groups and let people know we're about?
We're still working on all the contents. We actually got a little bit backlogged and delayed because we're trying to make those extra changes in the content for an easier conversion from US English to UK English, and those data points and X fields are, every little change you make it's a domino effect. So you have to be very cautious of the changes that you do make, because it makes changes in other places. So we've been working very hard on that to get that sorted for the next builds, and so we can keep building that way from this point forward. So you guys have the floor. If anybody wants to open their mic, raise their hand, wave at us, whatever you want to do. If you're having questions or issues, we'll take them on and we'll go after them.
And then we'll share this other bit of news as well. Just sending out hopefully this will send notifications out to everyone, I hope. It says in Facebook to do at everyone, and it's meant to notify people. I don't know. You get any notifications, Lynn, on your Facebook?
I think I got the messenger.
Yeah. It's interesting. Facebook's changed. It used to be when you went live in stuff, it used to tell everyone automatically. And for some unknown reason, the systems have slowly, I think they've changed something to stop notifying people in groups, which really is a bit naff when it comes to Facebook. So, and a lot of people have been moving off of the Facebook platform. I don't mind it, providing Facebook plays ball with people in your group. But what I might do is set up an email list where we can email out in advance of when we're doing the calls to remind people, just to encourage them, because we want everyone to show up for this, where you can, even if you are someone if you're not on the inner circle, guys, and you want to join, it's dfymagicthemes.com/live for you, and it means you can join on the monthly plan and come in and ask Q&As to do with mass page building, SEO, what we do with DFY Magic Themes. We get asked all sorts of questions on a Friday live, and also being an inner circle member, we get you deals. And one of the deals that we've been able to set up with Mike Martin was mass page plugin license, and it's in the members area for the Defiers. But when you go in, you'll see currently it's marked at 1997, I think, or 1995, for one key that gives you 10 installs for lifetime. When we end the lives in the free groups, there's going to be a code we're going to hand out to the inner circle people only. So for those that are after it, we've got a cheaper deal for you guys as well. But the lifetime deals aren't available anymore through Mike's site itself. Mike was kind enough to sort things out for us, so which is really good.
Well, in all reality, again, everybody has an individual cart that they have to fill up and pay for and push around, and for some people that would work, for some people it won't.
Yeah.
So it's all based on your needs and what you're trying to do. But we're always trying to help. So if you can think long term, even a $6 a month fee over a period of years becomes a lot of money. And if you can wipe out monthly fees by a one-time payment, it's always a better deal in the long run, as long as you're going to stay in the game.
Yeah.
So again, it depends on what your long-term goals are. Because if you buy an MPP license, you pay a one-time fee up front, and then you pay a monthly fee to keep that going. And then when you stop paying, it stops updating. So if you have multiple licenses, and again, your plan, you could have the multiple license plan, and you just pay for that per month, and you're good with that. It's good. Keep going. But again, it all depends on where you're at and what you're using the licenses for. If you don't have agency licenses, these are what we're offering here, so that you could actually build sites and be able to sell them with that key. So you have a difference of opinion when it comes to I can rent or I can actually sell the site. But once you put these license keys on a site, there's no retrieving it. There's no moving it to another one. They're for that domain name, and they're locked to it.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
So just so we're clear about that. But that'll be in the members area for you guys. If there's any interest, it's always there. It's available. We're going to have a limited number of these, obviously, because we're not unlimited on what we were able to get a hold of.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So what else is happening in the world of SEO? Well, I've been playing with a Google guarantee, which is quite an interesting thing to have a little play with. And you pay a set amount per site per month is what I've been paying them at the moment. I've been doing early tests, and the way it works is they will only charge you when you get a successful call go through your phone number. Now, the reason I chose to pay for this with Google is because I've got a GMB set up. I've got my citations and a website running. And I thought if I pay them a little bit of money to start with, they'll think I'm more legit business. Early stages at the moment, it's only been running a few days. I've had some calls come in, interestingly enough. I'm yet to finalize the pricing on what I'm going to get charged exactly, but I'm working on that as we speak. Mike Sexton says I have it, so I assume that's a Google guarantee, Mike, is it that you're running with? Hopefully that's what that is. And I want to welcome Divin to the call tonight as well. He's hopped in. He's been looking at all our themes and stuff, and so I wanted to just for tonight only invite him into the Zoom call, Robert. So just so you can get a yep, I had to submit all my licenses and insurance, etc. And Mike, did you find that you're getting calls off the back of the Google guarantee? Just intrigued on what you're saying there.
Yeah, pull Mike in so we can just speak to him and maybe describe what you. I understand what you're saying, but maybe go back to the beginning. What are we talking about here?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're looking beautiful today, Mike.
I'm trying to behave. Oh. I'm probably like 5 shades darker now since I've been out in the sun all the time. But yeah, I use local
guarantee. Yeah.
I've had it for a while actually. It has some pros and cons, and I've got some good calls from it. And a lot of people want it puts you above everybody else, basically. But I had to submit all my documents for them to make sure I was a real business.
Well, they asked me for that, and I turned around and said, I'm a new business and I don't have many documents. I said, what I actually did, I cheated. I had a bill from a utility company, and I cheated a little bit. All I literally did, right, was pop over the top my own address on the utility bill for the made up business, and I sent that through to them. And funny if they approved me.
Okay.
And so I just want to have a play around with it. I'm not, I want to support Google, but sometimes they can be a little bit too greedy.
They are.
Too
expensive, actually.
Yeah, but I thought if I give it a little try and then see how it goes, see if it's the thing is, at the end of the day, when you're selling leads, you've got to make sure that the leads at the end of the day you'll make. If you pay Google, let's say £5 a lead, or $5 a lead, let's say, if you can charge $10 a lead to your customer at the end, then you're making money and you're laughing, And I think seriously that Google's eventually going to go down the route of to be on page 1 of Google. I think you might have to pay for it in the end. All right, yeah. Which is why I say don't put all your eggs in one basket. Look at Bing, look at Yahoo, look at all the other search engines and get yourself onto them. Because also there's like DuckDuckGo and ones like that are available. And what you'll find is some people I know of are getting fed up with Google now. And so they're switching to Bing, they're switching to Yahoo, they're switching away from Google. So
you know what I did notice, Stephen, because I'm watching several different niches over the last few weeks, just playing around with different things. And I noticed that some terms will rank in Google, but they won't rank in Bing and Yahoo, and vice versa. You'll be ranking page 1 in Bing and Yahoo, and you'll be at the bottom of the list in Google.
Yeah.
So they are separating themselves away from Google, so they're not showing the same things, which is eventually going to strengthen Bing and Yahoo, because they want you to come back to them and advertise in their platforms. Because if you have a site that's ranking in Bing and Yahoo, after a while, the competition is good for everybody. When it comes down to it. So I think you guys are correct in that yeah, Google's the 800-pound gorilla, and they own all the search engine traffic for the most part. But sooner or later, they're going to get too big for their britches, and other people are going to come in, and you just get fed up of it. Being charged. You're using the internet for for free traffic as well as paid, but it's got to, like you said, Stephen, it's got to make sense. If I spend $5 and I can get back, I don't want to see double my money. I want to see quadruple or more my money on what I spend.
Yeah.
So if I put $5 in, I want to see $100 come back in a business. That's when you're making money.
It's interesting as well. I've done a few calls this week with people who are running before they can walk. And what I mean by that is, right, this process with Magic Page plugin and with DFY themes, or even if you can't afford a DFY theme and you just do Magic Page plugin at the end of the day, right? Just going to switch that back to that. What I call rank and rent, okay? Ideally, people think, oh, you're going to rank the site. Now, I set a new site up a little while ago, chucked it up on the online, didn't even bother ranking it, put a phone number on the site, started routing the calls through to somebody, and I phoned them up and went, hey, I've been sending calls through to you. And I noticed you're on page 3 of Google. Would you like a site on page 1? And they go, really? I go, yeah. If you can get your website to page 1 of Google in the first place, right, and you tell them to go and search the local area where they're based for, let's say, plumbers in Bristol, for an example, right? The moment they do that search and your website's on page 1 of Google or page 1 of Bing, and they say, read out the top 5 companies, web addresses, and they go, below, say scroll down below the Google pack and just tell me what sites are there. When they start reading out your domain name, you go, that's me. And I've been sending calls to you. I had one customer who I was sending calls through to, and they went, no, I don't want to receive calls to that. I turned the calls off and switched it to somebody else. 2 days later, they phoned me back wanting the calls again.
Sure.
Because the phone lines went dead. And I went, that's fine. I'll give you the calls again. You need to rent the site from me.
They have to be skeptical. And they're getting these calls all the time from people that aren't doing anything. I mean, how many SEO companies out there that are worth their salt, that can really do something? We trip up across that all the time. Or different SEO companies that you think the way they talk, they're going to do wonderful things.
Yeah.
And then, in fact, it goes back a ways for me. I'm going to say about 5 years ago, I wanted to rank a site, and I hired an SEO company that guaranteed me ranking for 15 keywords of my choice. And I held them their feet to the fire on those 15 keywords. So I said, how long is it going to take? 3 to 6 months. I said, okay, now we have our platform. 3 months, started chasing them. I'm not ranking for any of those terms. Well, there's this change, there's that change. Okay, we're going to go on. In 6 months, I want my money back if you're not ranking my keywords. And in 6 months' time, I just pounded them because I was never ranking. It never changed. And if you get involved in those programs, you just keep shelling out the money month after month on promises that are never going to be delivered. So it's fair to say that nobody can guarantee anything with Google or any of the search engine platforms, but be confident in the people that you're depending on, that they know what they're talking about. That's what's really the bottom line for me. Is like for what Stephen and I do, it's about transparency. It's about helping people get to where they want to go. And is everything perfect? No, but we'll be the first ones to tell you it's not. Right, Stephen? We don't hide. We don't say that.
No.
I can say all day long that I can guarantee you that you'll be on page 1 for Google with my service. I can tell you that right now. And I can also tell you that I can flavor that in a way that you'll be on page 1 on Google for your business name. but that doesn't do you any good because your business name is unique. The companies out there or your customers out there would have to know your business name. That means they already know you. So where does that benefit you? So don't go by that. Go by the terms that people are going to search for when they're looking for a service or looking to get something done or looking for a product. And those are the terms you need to rank for, not your business name. Yes, it helps, and you'll always rank for your business name. I think that's a no-brainer. I don't think that even takes effort, but unless your business name is one that's very competitive with so many of people that are very similarly named that they get confused.
Yeah. And the other week we shared like, I'll take a step back. When it comes to ranking your site, people overcomplicate things. Okay. So I always say, build a website with great content on it and get it up there. All right. We got DFY themes with content already in them. So you buy a domain name, you get your theme up. Right. You enter your company data for the magic form that we have in our members area, and you fill that data in and you leave the site to sit there. While you're waiting on that site to sort itself out, set up a Facebook page, Twitter page, YouTube account, and make sure those are all set and put in information in the bio section going, hey, this is my business, a bit about my business, and here's my web address. That way, then it's a backlink from those sites. Then move on to your citations. I'll show a tool we showed the other week again to everyone. I think there might be a coupon code. I can go and find it in a minute, Robert. And you go and find the top. I always look for the top 3 companies on Google. Automatically, I go company 1, company 2, company 3. And it's the way this works is you need to find out what citations they got and match all 3 companies. When you've done that, then you need some decent backlinks, and that's where the DFY Magic Ranker comes into it with that system that you can then start pushing your site links out everywhere and start promoting. Which reminds me, guys, Sunday evening, those that are on the DFY Magic Ranker, 10 p.m. UK time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're doing a Q&A session. So anyone who's in on the Magic Ranker, come in on the Q&A. The link will be in the elite group for you guys, and you can come and just ask any questions, anything that's maybe not working for you. We want your feedback, because that way then we can make notes and go, okay, well, we missed this video, we missed that, and on Monday and Tuesday next week, I will sit down and make sure I haven't missed anything, add anything that is missing, have a look at any issues you may be having, because we want this to all work for you guys. But coming back to my main point.
Let me interrupt you there, Stephen, for a second. So for those of you that don't understand, Done For You Magic Themes are the websites that we have pre-built for you. And you can get a site up and running literally in a few hours. That's separate of the Done For You Magic Ranker. That's a system that we added on because we want to continue the growth pattern for people to put up sites. And in Done For You Magic Themes, which we're in the Inner Circle training right now, in the Done For You Magic Themes, the business model is simply to build sites and rent them out of the box.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a site at the top of Google doing this and doing this and doing this to be able to rent it. We had somebody that simply saw that what we were doing, took a site, built the site, rented the site. So from 3 days, start to finish, he had money coming in just doing the basics. And that's what we're here for. Now that the Done For You Magic Ranker is a continuation, because we want you guys to grow with your sites, with your clients, with your clientele. Now, but we are not going to be the ones to tell you, you can do this, you can't do that, you need to do this as far as your business goes. Your business is your business. If you want to design flowers and send them to your clients and charge them for flower delivery, that's up to you. But we're going to get you started with Done For You Magic Themes, building sites and getting them rented. What you do after that is your business. but we are always going to continue to grow and make it easier to find the clients that you can get these sites to, do the onboarding to get the clients involved with them, and then start being able to help the clients with monthly services. One of them is a backlinking service, which is a Done For You Magic ranker in one word, is an authority network of backlinks. And you can charge that for monthly, charge for posting, charge for all the extra services that you want to do in your business. Yeah. Sorry, Stephen, I just wanted to make sure that everybody understood there was two different things.
So taking a step back, you build a website with, and if you're using a DFY Magic theme website with an MPP license, Magic Page plugin license, you get a buy domain name, you put a site up very quickly. You then do your social media channels and your citations. The last thing you consider, and probably about a month down the line, is a Google My Business listing. Leave that to the last minute. Don't rush into that. There's no rush. All right. And once you've done those things, and then you use the Magic Ranker to do some decent backlinks that you own, the site will start moving up on the search engines. Something else that's very interesting, I did a test this week. Domain names with keywords in are starting to do better now again. And age domains are doing really well. So if you can find an age domain, and what's really interesting is I bought an age domain that wasn't particularly a good name, and I chucked a site on it and I changed it, and it started ranking in the area, and it's not even a keyword related site. That's the amazing thing about this. So those are the steps you need to get to. And then when you've done that, rent a site out for $500 a month. How many sites would you need per month, Robert, to have a comfortable wage, do you think, at $500 a month?
It doesn't take but 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But it all depends where you are and what you want. Yeah. Some of us want Lear jets and all kinds of things. But the reality is this: whether you're doing this for yourself, you're doing this for your own business, or you're doing it for clients.
Yeah.
We've said it from the beginning. Not only spread like a wave with MPP, but spread what you do. Never put your eggs in one basket, because this week it's branded domains are going to outrank everybody else. And then 6 weeks later we go by, branded domains are starting to drop, and now it's exact match domains again, which were popular, 5-7 years ago?
Yeah.
That was the only thing you should do 5-7 years ago. So spread it, put your branded name, put your company name on a website, put your exact match domains the best you can in many locations. And that's the beauty of the Done For You Magic themes, is it doesn't take days or months to build one of these sites. And I know it's hard to believe that we've come so far in such a short amount of time to be able to build these sites literally in an hour or two. And out of the box, they have content. And you just keep building and putting them out there. And this system works. I think what is the harder part for people is picking up that telephone and saying, hey, I got a site for you, than it is to build the sites.
And there are people out there that will do sales for you. It's a case of finding someone who's willing to help you and maybe do a commission share of some sort. Obviously, if you're doing a commission share, I highly recommend that you actually ask for more money than yourself than what they would be getting. But you could offer 20% or something on a commission share. It's always a way forward. I'm going to bring Mike back in again.
Yeah, I was just going to say Mike's got his hand up.
You all right, Mike?
Yeah, I had a question real quick. We're in Inner Circle, right?
We're still live everywhere, I think.
If it's more of an Inner Circle question, we'll be finishing the live everywhere very shortly.
Okay, I'll wait.
Okay, cool. Hold it for a few moments, and we'll bring you back in. All right.
Now, for those of you that don't understand, we save a lot of our Q&As strictly for the Inner Circle, because they're part of our group. They support what we do. They pay for the Inner Circle, which really is in my opinion, $47 a month that where we're at now with the inner circle, the information that we give and that what we share in the inner circle, that's pennies. But anyways, that's just a mute point. But we do hold the real content and the real questions for our inner circle members after we leave all the live streams. But we try to help everybody that's getting started, maybe to get to know us, to understand, ask some basic questions. And that's why we do the live calls.
Absolutely. I'm just frantically looking, and I might have to find it when we are purely on the inner circle. Guys, raise your virtual hand if you'd like to know where I now get my list of aged domains. I just want to see if or you can put one in the chat if you prefer. I've got Colin waving, Mike. I've got quite a few hands coming up. Well, in the inner circle in a bit only, I'm going to share that information with you of where I get my aged domains from. It's a great list that I came across. And they send them out regularly every day. And I mean, you're sport for choice, seriously. I bought today a 4-digit domain name, all right? And I checked all the stats on it, and it's got really good stats. I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet, but I'm thinking maybe that I can use it with subdomains or add-on domains to it, so I can go like plumber.4digitdomain.com, whatever, you know. I
was going to say it's not coke.com, right?
No. I wish if it had been, I'd probably be very rich by now. True story. Like that Microsoft let one of their domain names go by mistake, and a guy by the real name of Microsoft bought it and put his own thing up. Microsoft, the guy apparently got really greedy. Microsoft offered to buy it off of him, and he said, "No, I want a lot more money from you." They went, "No." They took it to court, and they got it back for free. And in the end, Microsoft had to pay some court fees as well. So the moral of the story is, if you ever get a domain name of someone else's, say to them, "Make me a sensible offer," and if they go, a few grand, go, "Yeah, you can have it," and that a few grand for doing very little work. But I will share with you guys shortly with what we're going to do now, because also I'm going to share the discount coupon code for Magic Page plugin, where you can get a single key with 10 installs, so 10 separate installs, which is going to be in our group for you guys. Currently in the group, in the members area, if you see the button there and click on it, it'll say 1997. We got a 50% off coupon code on that. That's only for people who are on the inner circle. And those are limited lifetime deals that we managed to get out of Mike. Very kindly did us a bunch of single keys. And the way it works, when you order it, I then put the order into Mike, and he'll supply me the key per person. And the only rule with it is once you've installed it on a domain, that key can't be transferred. So you can install that one key 10 times, and once you've used it up 10 times, that's it. If you need another 10, then come back and see if they're still available at that point in the members area for you guys. So Mike very kindly put some together for us, which works out at I think it's like 997 or 995 for one key for 10 installs lifetime, which is a great deal when we put the coupon code for you guys in there. So that's only going to be inner circle members at that discounted price. Anybody else watching, if you are looking, reach out to us and we'll see what we can do on a deal for you. Most likely it'll be the full 1997, I think, Robert. So
well, I think the deals has always been for the inner circle members, and anybody can argue with that. If they don't think that we've done that, they can certainly say something. But from the beginning, we've been giving free stuff and doing the best we can on all these different tools that come across the board.
And something that Robert let out of the bag is we are planning on putting together a basic course for Magic Page plugin. If you are an inner circle member, right, we will make sure you guys get on that for free. So and we can't say fairer than that on that course. It's something myself and Robert will put together in about a month or so's time, and it's going to be all the basics of Magic Page plugin. and also you can come in and ask questions. You can go, hey, I don't get this with Magic Page plugin, and if it's because it's a basic course, if it's a bit more advanced, then we try and plan a breakout room or something for those advanced people, or they stay on at the end. We don't want to confuse people. But at this point,
just a quick question. I'm not even sure myself. Are we doing that as a boot camp, or are we doing that as a just a general information?
It's going to be a boot camp we're going to do. We're going to put a poll in the group to just try and see what works better for people, and see if you and I can work around the majority of people if possible. We'll put a couple of times in and maybe a couple of days that you and I are available, Robert, and see what we can work out for people. Maybe something earlier in the day rather than later in the evening, maybe. I don't know. But we'll put a poll in the group and see what people think.
So there's no miscommunication here. We are not dissecting Done Few Magic Themes websites in that boot camp. This is going to be a basic how you use MPP, how you do things inside of the actual plugin.
What is an X field? What is a SpinTech shortcode? How do you create? Even that the physical pages are already in the members area for DFY Magic Themes. So if you're someone that's a bit more advanced on MPP, then this won't be for you. All right. If you understand, how to upload WordPress, blank WordPress, put MPP on and play around with it, then this isn't for you. But if you want to understand the basics of it, then in about 4 or 5 weeks' time, we're going to start up a boot camp, and we're probably going to, anyone who's not a member of the Inner Circle will be paying probably about $3.99 to get in on the boot camp separately. So, and once we open this up, if you're not a member of the Inner Circle at that point, you won't get, and you say I'm going to join afterwards, that offer won't be available to get in free on the boot camp. So, if you're thinking of joining, dfymagicthemes.com/live number for you. You can sign up on the monthlies, and then that gives you access to that additional courses. There's only one course that I can't get you for free. That's the Magic Ranker, because we've got a third party involved and we have to pay them a commission. But if you're in a Circle member, we do you a discounted deal on that as well. So we always try and be fair with that. With the MPP course that myself and Robert are doing, we're doing that. We'll work out a good timing, and then we'll do a boot camp, and you can come on. We'll do some, basically, I think the way the boot camp's going to work, Robert, is we'll get you guys to ask a question, and if we feel it's easy enough for everyone, we'll go through it. If we think it's a bit harder, we'll say stay on till the end. We'll keep you on for the advanced stuff, and we'll go through showing you how it works. And once you get a better understanding, it's really good. But at this point, I'm now going to say goodbye to all the freebie groups. And you guys are going to miss out on the coupon codes that we'll be giving out and other information. And I know Mike wanted to ask a couple of questions only. So I'm now going to click some buttons. Say goodnight to the free groups, Robert.
Good night, everybody. Enjoy your